All right, we'll kick this off. 3, 2, 1. On the phone line right now, I have a local, should I say, celebrity now? Because I just read your Innovate Movie Database, and you got a great number of credits here. I got Stanley Autry on the phone, and he's from Goldsboro. Good morning, Stanley. How you doing, man?
Good morning. I'm doing fine. How you doing this morning?
Doing well, doing well. So, for those that may not know, you tell everybody who Stanley Autry is and how you are connected to the Goldsboro area.
All right. I'm Stanley Autry. Pretty much spent most of my life in Goldsboro from 3 years old on to 18 before attending Hampton University, and then, of course, coming out into the rest of the United States. But I went to Goldsboro High School, so I graduated there in 1997 and played football there for Coach Elvin James, who's back there now. So my connection to Goldsboro pretty much been through all of my elementary school all the way through, and of course my mom and family all are rooted from the Wilson and Goldsboro area. So my connection is pretty strong there.
Well, first of all, it's great that you're a Cougar, because you came out in 97.
That's right.
I mean, I came out in 1990-something, but we won't. So, Stanley, tell us how, after you left Hampton, how did you get into film and TV?
Okay. Well, honestly, for everything for me has been God-led, in the sense that it were all things that, by me being in the place that God wanted me to be at the time, the film opportunity became available to me. So after playing football at Hampton and then going into corporate America under engineering, my filming probably started off in Chicago with the Dark Knight film.
Okay.
And even with that, it wasn't something in where I was aggressively trying to get into the film industry, but I had some friends that was actually in Chicago doing film school for their masters, and they was working on a project for Dark Knight. So they was getting different press clippings about casting calls and different things. And so as it was circulating, because I had did some modeling work prior, some friends had sent some information in on me. And so when I received a call and went in and did an audition, casting, enjoyed the audition, and they booked me on the spot. So I was able to kind of work a few weeks on Dark Knight and then actually get some screen time when the actual feature came out. And that kind of started the bite for film at that point, at least for me.
Wow. Well, I'm a fan of the Dark Knight trilogy. That's all I look at, produced once a month. Mm-hmm. I'm all on that right there. So you're coming into town this weekend for the big alumni weekend, and tell us where you're going to be at so people can come by and hear you speak.
All right. So I'm the keynote speaker for the Norwayne Alumni and Friends Homecoming Banquet. This is their 46th annual. They booked the Maxwell Center, which is located at 3114 Wayne Memorial Drive in Goldsboro, North Carolina. It's set to kick off between 6 p.m. And going to 9 p.m. I think doors open for 5 p.m. for the banquet. I believe the way it's scheduled, my talk will probably start around 8:30 that night. And then also Pat Ford and Larry out there, they have an opportunity for the young people that do want to kind of learn more about the industry or have a true strong interest in getting into film and television, that they'll be able to read for me, take a script from one of the shows that they in love, or one they may have created, a 1-minute monologue or a 2-minute scene, and they'll be able to take me after the banquet. And I think he got about 15 students or 15 to 20 students, and where they'll be able to go into a private hall and be able to read for me and get some feedback on how they're breaking down scripts, what casting directors tend to look for from my experience of it, and we can kind of tutor them in that area. So we're going to have fun that day for sure.
Oh, that's some good things. I mean, it's good that you're giving back to the local community as well. I will be remiss if I wouldn't say that you're also in Black Panther as well.
Correct. So
who did you play in Black Panther?
Okay, so my character in Black Panther is Sean Bay, the Merchant Tribe warrior. So definitely in the early parts of the film, when T'Challa is being crowned, for anyone that hadn't seen it yet, if there's any of you left. There's a big scene by the waterfalls, and there's a challenge offered in order to actually get into the royal kinghood, and I'm one of the warriors that lead my tribe to be able to respond to the challenge, so they can catch that in the film.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man. So what's next for Stanley? What's the next film you're working on, project you're working on?
Right now I have a film coming out in October called Leave. They can follow Brandon, the director, on IG. It's a film that he created and directed. He'll actually have that coming out in October. It's a thriller. So that'll be, like I said, coming out around the Halloween weekend. We have a film called Dear Hard Work that's in the film festivals now. It'll be in the Circle City Film Festival in Indianapolis coming up. That one's actually a pretty interesting film because it's a film mainly about females being able to have equal opportunity and being able to try to go into the NFL or play football if they would like to. So it's geared around that. And then we have a few lingering auditions out there for some other projects coming up. So since Black Panther has come out this year, it's been kind of a consistent flow of different things coming back and forth. There's a project, All American, that'll be a TV series that'll be coming.
LCW. I saw that.
Yep. So there's some filming opportunity in LA for that. So my agent's been kind of getting the scheduling set up for that because I went out there and successfully booked an audition there. So as scheduling figures it out, and as the pilot has come out for the film, for the CV series, if it holds up, then there'll be more opportunities the way that goes. So that's what we're keeping our fingers crossed for as well.
That's great. That's great things, man. Prayers up to you. Before I get you out of here, give young people one piece of advice that are interested in getting into the film and television industry. What do they need to do to get prepared or get their stuff out there?
Honestly, right now, the way social media, the way the internet has even gained its power, being able to not only build a following through social media, but even your content, being able to have strong content, whether it's through your tweets, through your Facebook, through your Instagram, but making sure it says what you wanted to say, not just from the artistic perspective, but even from your person. Making sure all that stuff is clean, that you don't have a lot of junk on there that you wouldn't want someone to evaluate to have an idea of who you are. But basically they can look at those things and be able to have a good idea of who they will get on set, of what your talents might be, if you can sing, if you can act, if you can direct, any of those things, and not being afraid to actually, while you're auditioning for other people's work, you can create your own work and your own content and put some of that stuff out there, because we have pretty much direct to end user type of opportunities out there now. Netflix, Amazon, Disney is moving that way too, and some extensions of their app, and where people can actually take their projects and, if they're strong enough, be able to get deals done with them to where they can deliver it directly to streamers. So it's so much streaming going on right now that the opportunities are a lot easier than they were in the past, when you had to maybe go to acting classes a lot more to some of the Juilliards of the world, and then get into New York or get into Los Angeles community to get known. But now you can be found here in Atlanta, you can be found in North Carolina. We had a lot of work going on in Wilmington and North Carolina for many years, and then as there were some political changes that came around North Carolina, that kind of stifled the film industry there a little bit, but we're hoping some of those things turn back around, so a lot of that work can come back to North Carolina, because it was financially beneficial to North Carolina. So we definitely we'll look forward to that coming back to that place. But right now, Atlanta's at a place in where we're got just about as many projects as a Los Angeles would have, so we're not that far from North Carolina as it is. So if anyone that's interested would like to even get down here to be able to see it firsthand, that opportunity is available for them as well. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, Stanley, I appreciate appreciate the time, man, and thank you for the interview this morning, man. I wish you much success, and hopefully I'll try to get by there this weekend and check you out over there at the Maxwell Center, man. Appreciate you.
All right, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, man.
All right, bye-bye. Hope that went well. All right, thank y'all.